Good afternoon, everyone. Well, our 4-strand electric fence wire experiment continues. So before I had just 2 strands along there to keep the previous owners' cows and horses out of the house yard. Oh, see if I can catch that. If the house hadn't been on the road, you would have just seen Davey up on his hind legs. Oh, there he is, look at him go. Hang on, I'm going to catch short for that. Goats love eating the trees. Love it when they hop up on their back legs. Here we go. Davey at it this time. Have a great one. For more goat antics, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Bless you. Have a great day. So, back to the fence. I've set up the 4-strand electric fence. Thanks to the 30-odd mil of rain we got yesterday, the ground was soft enough for me to be able to get the tread-in posts in. Now, star pickets are also fine. I could get, if I was physically capable at the moment, I would be putting star pickets in because they work a lot better. But with the whiplash, I can't hold the post driver and drive the blessed things into the ground. So we're stuck with the tread-in posts. And I can only use the tread-in posts when the ground is soft, which is a big problem. But the Laura and Missy, so my 2 son and does, well, Laura's a nanny. She's not really a doe because she's actually, so Laura's the white one over there, and that's Davey that's next to her. And this one is Missy. Missy is Laura's daughter, and she's just over 12 months old. And I'm hoping that Laura and Missy will be in kid very shortly. So in 5 months' time I'll have new babies and more milk. So yeah, so that's why Davey's in here with the girls. And the 4-strand electric fence at the moment, I've just got the tread-in posts and just strung the 4 strands of polywire along here, and I've got the solar energizer on that side. Now I don't have an actual physical gate to get in here. I do have a couple of openings that I can get into over at that end, and I've got some over at that end if I'm desperate. And my plan is to actually put in the extra tread-in posts along in here so that I can actually move the goats around easier, because I can break this into maybe 4 or 5 paddocks, maybe 6 actually, if I include the driveway section that I've left aside for over that side. But yeah, then I can rotationally graze them a lot better, because I don't want them being on the one patch of ground for too long. Ideally, I don't want them on here for more than 3 days, but that's not happening at the moment. And part of it's because of my physical challenges that I'm having at the moment, and that's just something we have to work around. I am seriously considering downsizing the herd, just because I can handle Marbella and Mary. I can just put them on chains and move them around, but it doesn't work so well for everybody. And although the house yard is ridiculously overgrown, the paddocks are severely overgrazed. We've actually had this sectioned off from the rest of the paddocks for probably, well, since we put the water tanks in. So that was one of the new water tanks we got put in. I'll leave a link up there for the videos on the water tanks. And hubby's in the middle of doing the aquaponics at the moment. So the girls have now got a nice new, the girls and Davey, I should say, have got a nice new paddock. And this one has got a total electric barrier around the outside. Well, it's still only a psychological barrier, it's not a physical barrier. So I'm hoping it's going to contain Davey. It may not. if it doesn't, I'll probably put Davey on a chain and attach him to the tree, because the girls are respecting the fence nicely. Until I get all my fencing sorted out here, we have challenges. And part of it is this property was set up for horses and cows, not goats, and they need totally different fencing. But that's another story. So anyway, this is the electric fence polywire continuing. So let's see how the progress is going. Davey did escape a few times out of the other paddock, and half of that was because he actually butted the houses out of the road, which were holding part of the fence, which pulled part of the fence down, which then made Soki get out. Davey. And he's a buck. He's just being a buck. And half of that is he's probably just getting too buckish for his own good, for the setup that we've got here anyway. And it'd be different if I was moving them every day onto fresh grass. It would be a completely different story. The goats would behave a lot differently. So most of this is my management that's causing the issues, and most of that is my physical incapacities at the moment, which I'm working around. And as it is, setting this up today has just totally smashed my feet. Because I've just gotten custom orthotics for my feet to try and help the plantar fasciitis or fasciosis. And I'm only supposed to be in them for an hour or two a day until my feet get used to it. And I was in it for probably 3 or 4 hours today, and I have seriously hurt my feet. And now I'm back to my thongs, which is going to cause other problems. But yes, between the plantar fasciitis, the bursitis, and the whiplash, I'm having a few challenges. But that's life. You just have to find ways to make it work. And having the goats means that we can be a little bit more self-sufficient. But eventually I will have star pickets in and have the fence all like that. So that style fence works really well. That's the experience I've had from when we were at Eagleby Road. But this is what we've got now. And the treading posts are working nicely. And they're a lot easier to move when the ground's soft enough, which it is at the moment. Yesterday I couldn't even get it an inch into the ground. I barely got it a centimetre into the ground. Today I was able to push it in fully, and that is because we got more rain, so the ground wasn't so hard. But yeah, the goats seem happy now to be on fresh grass, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have a great one. Bless you. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll leave links for the rest of the videos that I've been doing on the electric fence trial, and other links from my goat videos. And oh, there's some really good ones on milking, and if you've got any problems with squatting or kicking or bucking or anything goats while you're trying to milk them. So yeah, anyway, have a great one. Bless you. Now, there was another thing I was wondering about, how the horses were going to go with the goats, because the horses don't have a lot of feed in their paddock, and I actually had to give the goats some lucerne to bring them over here. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to go. They seem to be respecting the electric fence nicely and not trying to come and get the goats' feed. So that's really good. Let's watch Davey attack his lucerne. Might do a short on that one, it's funny.